Hello everybody. We're going to take a look today at Unit 7.1b at WAMAP, and we're going to take a look at nested parentheses when we are doing order of operations. Okay, let's take a look at the tablet and see what we have. So the problem is 5 times the sum of 10 plus 4 times the difference between 5 times 4 and 15. So we're going to run through PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. It's basically 3 steps unless you have parentheses, and then you're going to go inside the parentheses and start inside the deepest set of parentheses. So we've got square brackets here and then regular parentheses. So the regular parentheses are nested deeper than the square brackets, so we're going to go as far as we can. And we have 2 operations. So let's start by just flagging the operations. So here we have multiplication that's implied, and also here we have multiplication that's implied. So if we put a little, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5-step PEMDAS problem. We've got 5 operations we're doing, and so we just have to know where to start. Which one should we start with? And so we're going to go into the most deeply nested parentheses we can find, which is here inside these parentheses. And we have multiplication and subtraction. So according to PEMDAS, after you've checked for parentheses, exponents, the next thing to think about is multiplication or division. And if you've got both, then you do whichever comes first. But inside here we have multiplication and subtraction. So these are on 2 different tiers. So we're going to do the multiplication first, which is prioritized over addition or subtraction. So we have 5 times 4. This will be our first. Let's just label these. This is our first, and then second we will finish the operations within the parentheses. And then after that we have addition and multiplication inside the square brackets, and before we get outside those, so we'll do the multiplication first and then the addition. And lastly, we'll do the multiplication outside of the square bracket. So you can see if we were reading from left to right, we would just go in order, but that's not how PEMDAS works. It prioritizes the power of the operations. And so first of all, you can isolate operations to be done first, but otherwise it goes in terms of power. Exponents, we don't have any in this problem, but exponents are powers of, like, 2 squared has an exponent of 2. This is also the root operation. So addition and subtraction are very easy, just simply adding or subtracting. Multiplication and division are like repeated addition or repeated subtraction. So these are 1 level higher than regular addition or subtraction. And then exponents are like repeated multiplication or repeated division. So that's sort of how it works. The more powerful operations come first. So let's evaluate this and see how we do. And I recommend going step by step, writing out each step, and each time you evaluate one operation, that you write out the entire expression and use a new line to do the next operation. And that's just an attempt to get you better test scores, which is what we're trying to do to move forward. So we're taking more care and being more cautious. So firstly, we have 5 times 4, that's 20. So let's put 20 here and then copy everything down. So I've recopied it, just evaluating this one figure. So we've got our first operation out of the way. Now we need subtraction. So 20 minus 15 is 5. And if you don't write in your implied operations, it's good to keep your parentheses for one more step in case you have multiplication that doesn't have the operation written explicitly. So now we're working inside these square brackets. We don't have an operation here inside where the 5 is, so it's assumed to be positive, but that's not an operation, that's just the sign. So we've got addition and multiplication, and so if we go through PEMDAS, multiplication comes before addition. So we're going to multiply 4 times 5 and get 20. And then we're going to copy the rest down. Now we have 10 plus 20. That gives us 30 times 5, which is 150. So our final answer is 150. This expression, when evaluated completely, is 150. And see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. And if I'm going over your answers, I can see your work and see what you did. And if there are mistakes, we can talk about what happened, and I can give you partial credit when you know how to do it. So give these a try and try these problems on your own. And if you run into trouble, just send me an email from here. Just hit message instructor and send me that email. Yeah, give it a shot.